Well, kicking things off today, it's the same resolution so many people make every year: to lose weight, eat healthy, achieve a better body in the new year. But so many people break that resolution as soon as the new year starts. So the big question is, how do you keep the resolution to lead a more nutritious life? What are some of the food choices that we can make? And here to give us some tips is Lori Rosenthal, who's a registered dietitian from Montefiore Medical Center. And we welcome you now to the show. And Lori, good to have you.
Thank you.
As we said at the top, you have this resolution. You say, listen, at the beginning of the year, I want to do this. I want to, lose weight, healthier. But somewhere along the line, it just goes bust. You got to help us here so that way we can, do things a little bit better.
The first thing is, it's great when anyone decides they want to make that change and make a healthy lifestyle resolution for the new year. But the biggest problem is people set their resolutions to be extreme. Mm-hmm. And when you make a resolution that is not even anywhere near what you're doing in your normal lifestyle right now, it's really hard to keep. So if you're someone that has never gone to the gym before and you say, I'm going to go to the gym every single day, every weekday for this year, it's not necessarily going to happen for long term.
Setting yourself up for failure.
Yes, you're setting yourself up for failure. Okay. So you want to make sure those goals that you're setting, those are realistic.
Mm. So you're saying, instead of saying I'm going to go every day, maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week to start off with?
Well, that's my second thing, is to make sure that the goals you're setting, you make long term and short term. So say your resolution, I want to lose 30 pounds. Mm. You want to say, what are the small goals I'm going to make to get up to that big goal at the end of the year? So saying, I'm going to go to the gym 2 to 3 days a week, maybe even starting with 1 day a week. Maybe I'm going to get off the bus, stop early and walk to work. Mm-hmm. Making these little changes can help you get to that big goal you're trying to achieve.
So as we start things off, we say, listen, I'm going to start off with small goals. I'm going to start off with, realistic goals. You also talk about writing some things down.
Yes. A way to keep these goals and to make sure that you're true to yourself is to write them down and basically sign a contract with yourself that you are going to follow these goals. Mm-hmm. So what I have people do is, on a piece of paper, you write at the top your big New Year's resolution. Okay, this is my main thing for this year. And then as you go down, you say, I'm going to eat vegetables 2 times a week with my dinner. And you say, that's my first one. Second one, we're going to go to the gym 2 times a week. And you have this on a piece of paper and you sign yourself a contract. It helps you stick with it. Mm. And also you can take a look and see, these are the ones I decided to make, so you remember.
Frustration kicks in somewhere along the line because maybe I'm not reaching the desired goal that I had when I first started out. What do I do when I have frustration in the middle of it? Because you know what frustration leads to? Forget it.
Yep. And a big problem is that people make one little slip up and they decide it's all over. I've made a mistake. This week is ruined. This day is ruined. I'm just going to do whatever I want this week, and I'll start again next week. And then next week becomes the next week becomes the next week. Trying to enlist the help of family and friends is helpful. When you say to your family or friends, I'm really trying to get healthy this year. It's really important to me. I'm working very hard. You get that support system that they're going to try to keep you on track and keep you going strong. Also, keeping accountable for yourself and making sure that you say, okay, today is just one day. This was one meal I made a mistake on. The next meal is another chance to make it work again. Any
statistics on, is it better to do it alone or do it with somebody?
It's always better to have support with you. That's why programs such as Weight Watchers do so well, because you have that support system around you, and they have classes and people that could keep you on track. The same thing with family and friends. If you have a walking buddy, you're much more likely to stick to going on those walks than you are if you're walking alone.
Mm-hmm. Some people feel as though when it comes to eating, that I got to give up a whole lot of stuff in terms of weight loss and in terms of getting yourself right. That's not necessarily so true.
No, it's not necessarily true. Any diet that takes away your favorite food is something you will never stick to. It's just proven. You're going to go back eventually. Mm-hmm. So instead of eating like that, it's more thinking of portion sizes, balancing your plate. So you want your plate to be half vegetable, quarter starch, quarter protein. And that way you are keeping on track. Even if your portion sizes aren't 100% correct, you're in a balance. And that way you're still getting your favorite foods in there, but you're shrinking the portion size a little bit. Also, if you want to splurge, there are splurge times. You can't be so rigid all the time. You want to enjoy life. It's short, and you should live it to the fullest.
Do you splurge and then go back and say, well, I'm going to double up against on my workout? Or I mean, how does that work?
Well, doubling up on the workout is not necessarily the way to go, but it is important that if you do know that you're going to an event one night, a birthday party, and you're going to be eating cake and eating a meal that's higher in calories, eating a healthy breakfast, going to the gym, getting that extra workout in, and then the next day making sure that you're eating healthy again, getting that healthy breakfast, lunch, keeping on track. So if you go day by day and make sure that you are planning your cheats more than just cheating, it's a lot more effective.
So you have to get yourself involved, write it down, follow the plan, stick to the plan, include somebody in it. What else? I mean, what else? Because it sounds like a lot, but really at the end of the day, it really isn't.
It's really not. So it's more of lifestyle change. It's a decision that you're going to be healthy and really incorporate every aspect of your life into this. But keeping a food diary is a really important way to keep you on track.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of this. And there's many ways now that you could do it. You could do it online. There's diet apps. You could do it on your phone. You don't have to keep a pad and paper with you at all time, which was what a lot of people found frustrating with keeping food diaries. This way, you see what you've been doing, you keep on track, and I think it makes following this whole program a lot easier because you see where those mistakes are and you can make little tweaks to your diet, and it makes you feel good when you look back and see how much better you've been doing.
Talk to us about how do I chart my progress, because many people become frustrated and really put it aside because they say, I'm not seeing the results I need to see in the amount of time. What advice do you give people who are basically result and goal oriented?
Well, first of all, if you're goal-oriented, result-oriented, if you see those goals and you're meeting them, those ones you set, I mean, you should feel good about yourself. But the thing that gets people down is they look at the scale and I've only lost a quarter of a pound and I've been being so careful. If your clothes are fitting better, if you're feeling that you're breathing more easily, you can walk around a little bit more, you could play with your kids without feeling winded. These are other things that you should be looking at. Are your clothes fitting better? It may not be that the numbers on the scale are changing, but you could be losing inches or also just getting your body to be healthier.
Metabolism, and having a better metabolism is also something that you just, have that you can have. Talk to us a little bit about this, because when you talk about that food diary, many people don't even know what a food diary is.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, because I mean, I do, but somebody else may not.
No, when I'm saying a food diary, I mean like a food journal where you're writing down the different things you ate throughout the day. So you're going to eat breakfast. You want to mark down what you ate for breakfast, and that way you're keeping track of your intake throughout that day. Online, the programs that you could do, they count up your calories and your protein as you're going through, and even your fiber, which the fiber is very important as well to keep you full, and it's also good for heart health. So those programs you could do, they keep track of your calorie intake. Some of them, they'll give you how many calories you should be eating, and they've been found to be a little bit low at times, certain programs. So you want to make sure, if possible, to go see a dietitian and speak to someone, a professional that could help you set a realistic calorie goal for yourself.
Well, Lori, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. And of course, we will continue to monitor and encourage people to do the right thing and don't give up. That's the big thing.
Yes, very important.